He's not wanting to use it.
Not wanting. Here's Una. I got to pay attention to more than one thing, which is
Okay. Do it.
obviously
Ah, there she is.
recipe for disaster.
Hi.
I have you down for 2 extra things. Tonight you're doing soothsayer and all the number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got you down for, I think it's the first Lord and the messenger.
Okay. So,
And Ruby's here.
so you're saying all the first, so it will be like a first gentleman, first,
Yes.
okay.
All right.
And the messenger.
Yes.
Okay, we got someone's account.
Okay, thank you.
Still alive.
And somehow
And
I need.
such is in your email. I think it does. You just click it. I think it'll go right in. But I put the password there just in case. Okay.
I need to.
Sure.
I've got
I just
2/3
let
of
it.
the screen here. It's not as confusing as I made it sound, I guess. Okay. Let's see what I've got here. There it is. All right. How are you, Miss Queenie? Are you not speaking tonight? Oh, people are on mute, I guess, huh?
I'm still doing this, so you can just keep talking.
All right. I will keep talking and tell you we lost Ruby. There she is. So I'm assuming that Miss Leilani is, did she set this up with Travis? Or?
Are you talking?
Well, I was just asking about Travis and the connection. Was it Leilani or? That's all right.
Leilani called Travis.
Okay. Well, I had a phone call from Peter, and he said, I don't remember ever reading this play. Well, he had read it twice before. And that's what a senior moment is like. I have, Ruby, this wonderful. I think at
I
this
love it. Oh, yeah. Awesome.
I think at this very moment, I'm going to cut off this mask part of it. This is just a kid's mask, you know. Kid's mask with a crown on top. I thought it was very apropos.
I love it. Mine's the kids too.
Well, when I
Free enough.
when I find something like this was at City Mill, I just think, well, that's it.
I'll trade. But yeah, it says it's. I didn't see that until
It's just
I
downright silly, is what it is. I
3 years
should
old
wear
and up.
out
That's
my
what this
glasses.
is
No,
for.
I shouldn't.
Oh man.
All right. Hi, Mike.
Hey, Jim.
Welcome, welcome. I sent everybody's address, Keith, Mike, and Leilani, for the OSHA things. So you're good to go, you three.
Hey, did you have to pay for that, Jim?
It's what they call a scholarship.
Wow.
I paid a lesser price because I bought in bulk. Is the
Leilani's
queen still
calling.
laughing at the king? That's a good light you got there, Mike. I like it.
Yeah, well, I got two lights. I have a ring light, which
Yes.
came all the way from China, and then I have this old funky thing that's been with me forever. This is the
Alright.
ring light.
Good.
It's adjustable for whatever makes you look good. That's what you're supposed to
that-
use.
It's a
And then,
mirror. Yeah.
and this is just for my reading light. It's like an
Yes.
old funky thing, but I don't know. I usually use my phone, the camera on my phone, but the email didn't come through on my phone. It came through on the tablet this time. So anyway,
Here you are.
good thing we have options.
Now, I might mention it to you. The ladies, I think, have discovered this from the former readings. At the top of your screen is a camera light right there.
The record button.
No, it's a light at the top of the screen. Do you have such a thing there?
No.
It should be at the camera that's photographing everybody. Anyway, that's what helps me because I was able to, where did I put it? There it is. I'm able to put the script right in front of me and you don't know it. And if I bring it up, obviously it can be seen.
You should have it.
Huh?
Okay.
Here comes somebody. It's Peter, complete with a fan, overhead fan. Push your screen down a tad, Peter. Hello, Peter. Fix your screen, Peter.
I forgot to put my headphones on.
Oh,
That's all.
okay.
You might be naked again. Remember what happened last
Again?
time?
I can be if requested.
Well, Peter, can you fix
All right.
your screen so that we see your face?
Oh, I'm sorry.
There you go.
Okay.
Bravo,
I'm sorry,
bravo.
I wasn't looking at that. Sorry. But I do got my proper.
Yeah, of course. You got the
Dude.
King of
Union Jack.
England. Yes. You're in drag.
I don't have a. I don't have an Italian one, but never mind.
Well, I found this down at City Mill. They had for children, what they call them, shields, and it came all the way down this way. But
Yeah.
I just now cut it off because it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But this is just as ridiculous. But I thought it would work out for the king.
Okay.
Now we're looking for Paul and Leilani. But
Yes.
I think we have the amount of people that we need. No, we need Leilani for Imogen.
She should be
Okay,
coming
okay.
soon.
You're talking, but I cannot hear you.
It was all cuss words.
That's what we needed to hit.
That's why.
You were
Okay.
reading the script,
I was on the phone with Leilani.
and she
And-
said,
Okay.
She's trying to come in
oh,
because she didn't get the email for some reason. I don't get it.
well, you had the Heart Song 902.
Here she is. No, don't worry about that. I think, never mind. Here it is.
And we also need Paul. So,
Hi,
There she
Leilani.
is. There
is
she
it
is.
early enough?
Oh,
You've got to do your costumes.
Yeah.
You know?
How come your email doesn't work?
it doesn't. You're leading me out.
Oh, okay. We're at 7:21. Good gosh.
Oh my
Let us get started. We're going to forget. Hello?
I was just going to say, I got the email on my tablet, but I still haven't gotten it on my cell phone.
Okay.
It's different servers or something. I don't know, but it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, Paul is the only one that's missing.
Did Paul get the email?
Yes. He said, yes, I'll be there.
I like Ruby's costume.
It's crazy. This is what I had on Thursday when I met
cool.
up with the Osher people. But
You're making
I
use
thought
of
I
it.
would duplicate it for tonight. Anyway, we're skipping the first and second gentlemen at the beginning of the first act because they are just talking about things that have happened in the past and brought us up to date as the fact that the Queen has married as the second marriage to the King. And that's about basically all that's said, except that Imogen and Posthumus have secretly married, and it's just been found out from the Queen, because the Queen wanted her son Cloten to marry to marry Imogen, so that he would inherit the castle, the reigning. All right, so we're going to start with, where did it go? Where did it go? Okay. We start with the Queen's entrance. I forgot where it was. Okay, so let's
Line
start.
70.
Yeah, let's start with, that's exactly right. Okay, and it is the Queen that speaks to us, one and all.
Right.
Everybody ready?
I will assume my roll call.
The wickedness of the Queen.
Oh, yes.
Roll them out.
No, be assured you shall not find me, daughter. The slander of most stepmothers, evil-eyed unto you, be my prisoner, but your gaoler shall deliver you the keys that lock up your restraint for you, Posthumus. So soon as I can win the offended king, I will be known your advocate. Marry yet, the fire of rage is in him, and 'twere good you leaned unto his sentence with what patience. Your wisdom may inform me.
Oh, please, your highness, I walk from hence today.
You know the peril. I'll fetch a turn about the garden, pitying the pangs of barred affections, that the king hath charged you should not speak together.
Oh, dissembling courtesy, how fine this tyrant can tickle where she wounds. My dearest husband, I sometimes fear my father's wrath, but nothing, always reserved my holy duty. What his rage can do on me, you must be gone, and I shall be here abide the hourly shot of angry eyes, not comforted to live, but that there is this jewel in the world, that I may see you again.
My queen, my mistress. Oh, lady, weep no more, lest I give some cause that thou dost become a man. I will remain the loyalest husband that e'er did ply troth. My residence in Rome at one, Hilarios, who to my father was a friend to me, but to me known but by letter. Thither write, my queen, and with mine eyes I'll drink the words you send, though ink be made of gall.
Be brief, I pray you. If the king come, I shall incur I know not how much of his displeasure, yet I'll move him to walk his way. I never do him wrong, but he does by my injuries. To be friends, pays dear for my offenses.
But should we be talking leave, as long as the term as yet we have to live, the loneliness to depart would grow. Adieu.
Nay, stay a little. Were you but riding forth to sit yourself, such parting were too pretty. Look here, love. This diamond was my mother's. Take it, heart, but keep it till you woo another wife when Imogene is dead.
How, another? Gentle gods, give me but this I have, and tear up my embracements for next with bonds of death. Remain thou here, while sense can keep it on. And sweetest, fairest, as I my poor self did exchange for you, to your so infinite loss, so in our trifles I still win of you. For my sake, wear this. It is a manacle of love. I'll place it upon the fairest prisoner.
Oh, the gods! When shall we see again?
Alack, the king!
Thou basest thing, avoid hence from my sight. If ever this command your throat with the court is with unworthiness, thou diest. Away, thou poison to my blood.
The gods protect you, and bless the good remainders of the court. I am gone.
There cannot be a pinch in death more sharp than in this.
Oh, disloyal thing, thou shouldst repair thy youth, and thou heapest a year's age on mine.
I beseech you, sir, harm not yourself with your vexation. I am senseless of your wrath. A touch more rare subdues all pangs, all fears.
Past grace, obedience?
Past hope, and in despair, that way past grace.
That mightest have had the sole son of my queen.
Oh, bless that I might not. I chose an eagle, and did avoid a puttock.
A puttock?
Puttock.
Thou tookest a beggar. Thou wouldst have made a seat for baseness.
No, I rather added a luster to it.
Well, thou vile one.
Sir, it is your fault that I have loved Posthumus. You bred him as my playfellow, and he is a man worth any woman. Overbuys me almost the sum he pays.
What? Art thou mad?
Almost, sir. Heavens restore me. Would I were a neat herd's daughter, and my Leonartus, our neighbor shepherd's son.
Thou foolish thing. They were again together, and you have done not after our command. Away with her, and pin her up.
Beseech your patience. Peace, dear lady daughter, peace. Sweet sovereign, leave us to ourselves, and make yourself some comfort out of your best advice.
Oh, nay, let her languish a drop of blood a day, and being aged, die on this folly.
Fie, you must give away. Here is your servant. How now, sir? What news?
My lord, your son drew on my master.
Ha! No harm. I trust is done.
There might have been, but that my master rather played than fought, and had no help of anger. They were parted by gentlemen at hand.
I am very glad on it.
Your son's my father's friend. He takes his part to draw upon an exile. Oh, have, sir, I would they were in Afric both together, myself by with a needle, that I might prick the goer back. Why came you from your master?
On his command, he would not suffer me to bring him to the haven. Left these notes of what commands I should be subject to, when please you to employ me.
This have been your faithful servant. I dearly mine honor. He will remain so.
I humbly thank your highness.
Pray, walk a while.
About some half hour hence, I pray you, speak with me, and you shall at least go see my lord aboard, for this time leave me.
Okay.
Some crown there, Jim.
Yes, the top gives it all away. Oh, well. I'm not too sure. What line were we at? Act 2?
Scene 3.
Two.
Scene 2.
Act 1, Scene 3.
Okay.
Scene 3?
Scene 2.
Scene 2.
Oh, in my book, it's Scene 3. Interesting.
I don't know what's happening, but that's what you got. The First Lord is Our Lady.
Sir, I would advise you to shift the shirt. The violence of act hath made you reek as a sacrifice. Where air comes out, air comes in. There's none abroad so wholesome so that you vent.
If my shirt were bloody, then to shift it. Have I hurt him?
Ah, no, Faith. Not so much as his patience.
Hurt him. His body is a passable carcass. If he be not hurt, it is a thought fair for steel. If it be not hurt.
His steel was in debt. It went on the backside, the drown.
The villain would not stand me.
Nobody fled forward still toward your face.
Stand you have land enough of your own. By you he added to your having, gave you some ground.
And as many inches as you have oceans. Puppies, yes, push.
I would they had not come between us.
So would I, till you had measured how long a fool you were on the ground.
And that she would love this fellow and refuse me.
It is a sin to make a true election. She is damned.
Sir, as I told you always, her beauty and her brain go not together. She is a good sign, but I have seen small reflection of her wit.
She shines not upon fools, unless the reflection should hurt her.
Come, I'll to my chamber, where there had been some hurt done.
I wish not so, unless it had been the fall of an ass, which is no great hurt.
You'll go with us?
I'll attend your lordship.
Nay, come, let's go together.
Well, my lord.
I would thou grewest unto the shores of heaven, and questioned every sail if he should write, and I have not have it. 'Twere a paper lost, as offered mercy it. What was the last thing he spake to thee?
It was his queen.
Then waved his handkerchief?
And kissed it, madam.
Senseless linen, happier therein than I, and that was all?
No, madam. For so long as he could make me with his eye or ear distinguish him from others, he did keep the deck with glove or hat or handkerchief still waving, as the fits and stirs of his mind could best express how slow his soul sailed on, how swift his ship.
Thou shouldst have made him as little as a crow, or less ere left to after eye him.
Madam, so I did.
I would have broke mine eye strings, cracked them, but to look upon him, till a diminution of space had pointed him sharp as my needle, nay, followed him, till he had melted from the smallness of a gnat to air, and then have turned mine eye and wept. But good Pisanio, when shall we hear from him?
Be assured, madam, with his next event.
I did not take my leave of him, but had most pretty things to say, ere I could tell him how I would think on him at certain hours, such thoughts and such, or I would make him swear the sheaves of Italy should not betray mine interest and his honor, or have charged him at the 6th hour of morn, at noon, at midnight, to encounter me with orisons, for then I am in heaven for him, or ere I could give him that parting kiss which I had set betwixt two charming words. Comes in my father, and like the tyrannous breathing of the north, shakes all our buds from growing.
The queen, madam, desires your highness's company.
Those things I bid you do, get them dispatched. I will attend the queen.
Madam, I shall.
And we go on to scene 4, and we're in Rome. At Philario's house. All right, here we go.
Believe it, sir, I have seen him in Britain. He was then of a crescent note, expected to prove so worthy, as since he hath been allowed the name of, but I could then have looked on him without the help of admiration, though the catalogue of his endowments had been tabled by his side, and I to peruse him by items.
You speak of him when he was less furnished than now he is, with all that makes him both without and within. I have seen him in France, and we had very many very colorful beholds a son as firm as his eyes as he.
The matter of marrying his king's daughter, wherein he must be weighed rather by her value and his own, words him, I doubt not, a great deal from the matter.
But then his banishment.
Aye, and the approbation of those that weep this lamentable divorce under her colours are wonderful to extend him, be it but to fortify her judgment, which else an easy battery might lay flat, or taking a beggar without less quality. But how comes it he is to sojourn? How creeps acquaintance?
Aha! Well, his father and I were soldiers together, and to whom I have been often bound on no less than my life. And here comes the Briton. Let him be so entertained amongst you as suits, and with gentlemen of your knowledge as a stranger in his quality. Oh, and I beseech you all, be better known to this gentleman, whom I commend to you as a noble friend of mine, and how worthy he is, and I will brave to appear hereafter, there rather than story him with his own heritage. Certainly, we have known together in Orleans.
Well, since when have we met the debtor to you to courtesies, which I will be over to pay, and yet pay still?
Let's drop all of the Frenchman's lines because he's only chattering. If you'll just continue down.
You don't have to speak with a French accent to do. It's not happening.
I got sick of it. All right. Go ahead. By your pardon, sir.
Oh, by your pardon, sir. I was then a young traveler, rather shunned to even go with what I heard in my every action to be guided by others' experiences. But upon my amended judgment, I offend, not to say be it mended, my quarrel was not altogether slight.
Can we, with manners, ask what was different? That lady is not now living, or this gentleman's opinions by this worn out.
Well, she holds her virtue still, and I my mind.
You must not go far. Prefer her for hours of Italy.
Well, being so far provoked as I was in France, I would share nothing, though I profess myself adorer, not friend.
As fair and as good, a kind of hand-in-hand comparison, had been something too fair and too good for any lady in Brittany. If she went before others I have seen, as that diamond of yours outlustres many I have beheld, I could not but believe she excelled many. But I have not seen the most precious diamond, that is, for you, the lady. I don't even know where the microphone is, to tell you the truth. Is this the microphone?
Quite.
Is that louder?
Yes.
Close.
That's it? Yeah, my beard, perhaps.
Perhaps.
Okay, where are we? What do you esteem it at? Either your unparagoned mistress is dead, or she's outprized by a trifle.
Where are we?
Keep on going down this.
In my book, it's line 84.
Oh, all right. Further down then. Okay. What was your last line? Sorry.
My
Oh,
last line
tranquil, I
was,
see it. You are
yeah, tranquil.
mistaken. The one must be sold or given if there be one wealthy enough for the purchase, or the merit for the gift. The other is not a thing for sale, and only the gift of the gods,
Which the gods have given you.
which, by their graces, I will keep.
You may wear her in title yours, but you know, strange fowl light upon neighboring ponds. Your ring may be stolen too. So, brace of unprizable estimations, the one is but frail, and the other casual. A cunning thief, or that way accomplished courtier, would hazard the winning both of first and last.
Your Italy contains none so accomplished. Courier, to convince the honor of my mistress, if it is the holding or less of that which you term her frame. I do nothing doubt. You have the store of thieves, notwithstanding, I fear not my ring.
Let's leave here, gentlemen, please.
Sir, with all my heart, this worthy signor, I thank him, makes no stranger of me. We are familiar at first.
With 5 times so much conversation, I should get around your fair mistress, make her go back even to the gilding, had I admittance and opportunity to friend.
No, no.
I dare thereupon pawn the moiety of my estate to your ring, which, in my opinion, overvalues it something, but I make my wager rather against your confidence than her reputation, and to bar your offence hereinto, I durst attempt it against any lady in the world.
You are a great deal abused in too bold a persuasion, and I doubt not you sustain what you are worthy of by your attempt.
What's that?
A repulse, though your attempt, as you call it, deserve more, and punishment too.
Gentlemen, enough of this, and it came in too sudden, and let it die as it was born, and then I pray you be better acquainted.
Would I had put my estate and my neighbours on the approbation of what I have spoke.
What lady would you choose to assail?
Yours, whom in constancy you think stands so safe. I will lay you 10,000 ducats to your ring, that commend me to the court where your lady is, with no advantage than the opportunity of a second conference, and I will bring from thence that honour of hers, which you imagine so reserved.
I will wage against your gold to it. My ring a ring I hold dear as my finger. 'Tis part of it.
You are a friend, and therein the wiser. If you buy ladies' flesh at $1,000,000 a dram, you cannot preserve it from tainting. But I see you have some religion in you that you fear.
That is a custom in your tongue. You bear a graver purpose, I hope.
I am the master of my speeches, and would undergo what's spoken, I swear.
Will you? I shall but lend my diamond till your return. Let there be covenants drawn between my mistress exceeds in goodness the hugeness of your unworthy thinking. I dare you to this match, and here's my ring.
Oh, I will it have no lay.
By the gods, it is one. If I bring you no sufficient testimony that I have enjoyed the dearest bodily part of your mistress, my 10,000 ducats are yours. So is your diamond too. If I come off...
No. We have a freeze.
Recorded.
Agreed.
Agreed. Well, this will hold, do you think? No, Signor Giacomo will not from it. Oh, pray, I will follow them. Would you read Cornelius the doctor?
Okay.
Queen's doctor.
Okay.
While it's yet dew on ground, gather those flowers. Make haste. Who has the note of them?
I, madam.
Dispatch. Now, Master Doctor, have you brought those drugs?
Pleaseth your highness, aye. Here they are, madam. But I beseech your grace, without offence, my conscience bids me ask, wherefore you have commanded me of me most poisonous compounds, which are the movers of languishing death, but though slow, deadly?
I wonder, Doctor, to ask me such a question. Have I not been thy pupil long? Hast thou not learned me now to make perfumes, distill, preserve? Yes, yea, so that our great king himself doth blow me off? For my confections, having thus far proceeded, unless thou thinkest me devilish, is it not meet that I did amplify my judgment in other conclusions? I will try the forces of these thy compounds on such creatures as we count not worth the hanging, but none human, to try the vigor of them and apply aliments to their act, and by them gather their several virtues and effects.
Your highness shall from this practice but make hard your heart. Besides, the seeing of these effects will be most both noisome and infectious.
Oh, content thee. Here comes a flattering rascal upon him. Will I first work? He's for his master, an enemy to his son. How now? Paisanio, doctor, your service for this time is ended. Take your own way.
I do suspect you, madam, but you shall do no harm.
Hark be a word.
I do not like her. She doth think she has strange, lingering poisons. I do know her spirit, and will not trust one of her malice with a drug of such damned nature. Those she had will stupefy and dull the sense a while, which at first, perchance, shall prove on cats and dogs, then afterward up higher, but there is no danger in what show of death it makes, more than the locking up of the spirits a time, more to the fresh reviving. She's fooled with a most false effect, but I the truer, so to be false with her.
No further service, doctor, until I send for thee.
I humbly take my leave.
Weeps she still, sayest thou? Dost thou think in time she will not quench and let instructions enter, where folly now possesses? Do thou work, when thou shalt bring me word she loves my son. I tell thee, from the instant that thou art then as great as is thy master, greater for his fortunes, and all lie speechless as his name is at last gasp. Return he cannot, nor continue where he is. To shift his being is to exchange one misery with another. And every day that comes to decay the day's work in him. What shalt thou expect? To be dependent on a thing that leans, who cannot be new built, or has no friend so much as but to prop him? Thou takest up, thou knowest not what, but take it for thy labor. It is a thing I made, which hath the king 5 times redeemed from death. I do not know what is more cordial. Nay, prithee take it. It is earnest of a further good that I mean to thee. Tell thy mistress how the case stands with her. Do it as from thyself. Think what a chance thou changest on, but think thou hast thy mistress still to boot. My son, who shall take notice of thee, I'll move the king to any shape of thy preferment, such as thou desire, and then myself, I chiefly that set thee on this desert, and bound to load thy merit richly. Call my women, think on my words. A sly and constant knave, up to be shaped, the agent for his master, in the remembrance of her to hold the hand fast to her lord. I have given him that, which if he take, shall quite unpeople her of ligers for her sweet, and which she after, except she bend to her humor, shall be assured to taste of two. So, well done, well done. The violets, cowslips, and the primroses, bear to my closet, fare thee well, Pisano. Think on my words.
And shall do, but when to my good lord I prove untrue, I'll choke myself, and that's all I'll do for you.
On to scene 6. Imogen.
A father cruel and a stepdame false, a foolish suitor to a wilded lady that hath her husband banished. Oh, that husband, my supreme crown of grief, and those repeated vexations of it. Had I been thief-stolen as my two brothers, happy, but most miserable in the desire that's glorious, blessed be those. How mean soe'er that have their honest wills with season's comfort. How may this be? Fie.
Madam, a noble gentleman of Rome comes from my lord with letters. Change you, madam? The worthy Leonatus is in safety and greets your highness dearly.
Thanks, good sir. You're kindly welcome.
All of her that is out of door most rich, if she be furnished with a mind so rare. She is alone the Arabian bird, and I have lost the wager. Boldness be my friend. Arm me audacity from head to foot, or like the Parthian, I shall flight rather directly fly.
He is one of the noblest note, to whose kindnesses I am most infinitely tied. Reflect upon him accordingly, as you value your trust, Leonatus. So far I read aloud, but even the very middle of my heart is warmed by the rest, and takes it thankfully. You are as welcome, worthy sir, as I have words to bid you, and shall find it so in all that I can do.
Thanks, fairest lady. What, are men mad? Hath nature given them eyes to see this vaulted arch, and the rich crop of sea and land, which can distinguish twixt the fiery orbs above and the twin stones upon the numbered beach? And can we not partition make with spectacles so precious twixt fair and foul?
What makes your admiration?
It cannot be in the eye, for apes and monkeys twixt two such she's would chatter this way and contemn with mouths the other, nor in the judgment, for idiots in this case of favor would be wisely definite, nor in the appetite. Sluttery to such neat excellence opposed should make desire vomit emptiness, not so allured to feed.
What is the matter, Tro?
The cloyed will, that satiate yet unsatisfied desire, that tub both filled and running, ravening first the lamb, longs after for the garbage.
What, dear sir? This thus raps you? Are you well?
Thanks, madam. Well, beseech you, sir, desire my man's abode where I did leave him. He's strange and peevish. I was going, sir, to give him welcome.
Continues well, my lord? His health beseech you.
Well, madam.
Is he disposed to mirth? I hope he is.
Exceeding pleasant. None a stranger there, so merry and so gamesome. He is called the Briton Reveller.
When he was here, he did incline to sadness, and oft times not knowing why.
I never saw him sad. There's a Frenchman, his companion, one and eminent monsieur, that, it seems, much loves a gallant girl at home. He furnishes the thick sighs from him, whiles the jolly Briton, your lord I mean, laughs from his free lungs, cries, "Oh, can my sides hold to think that man who knows by history, report, or his own proof, what woman is, yea, what she cannot choose but must be, will his free hours languish for assured bondage?"
Will my lord say so?
Ay, madam, with his eyes in flood with laughter. It is a recreation to be by, and hear him mock the Frenchman. But heavens knows, some men are much to blame.
Not he, I hope.
Not he, but heaven's bounty towards him might be used more thankfully. In himself 'tis much, in you, which I account his beyond all talents, whilst I am bound to wonder, I am bound to pity too.
What do you pity, sir?
Two creatures, heartily.
Am I one, sir? You look on me. What rack discerns you in me deserves your pity?
Lamentable, what? To hide me from the radiant sun and solace the dungeon by a snuff.
I pray you, sir, deliver with more openness your answers to my demands. Why do you pity me?
That others do, I was about to say, enjoy your... But it is an office of the gods to venge it, not mine to speak on it.
You do not seem to know something of me. What concerns me, pray you, since doubting things go ill often hurts more than to be sure they do. For certainties either are past remedies or timely knowing. The remedy then born, discover to me what both you spur and stop.
Had I this cheek to bathe my lips upon, this hand whose every touch would force the feeler's soul to the oath of loyalty, this object which takes prisoner the wild motion of mine eye, fixing it only here, should I, damn then, slaver with lips as common as the stairs that mount the Capitol, join grips with hands made hard with hourly falsehood as with labor, then by peeping in an eye, basin and illustrious as the smoky light that's fed with stinking tallow, it were fit that all the plagues of hell should at one time encounter such revolt.
My lord, I fear, has forgot Britain.
And himself, not I, inclined to this intelligence, pronounce the beggary of his change, but 'tis your graces from that from my mutest conscience to my tongue charms this report out.
Let me hear no more.
O dearest soul, your cause doth strike my heart with pity that doth make me sick. A lady so fair and fastened to an empery would make the greatest king double to be partnered with tomboys, hired with that self-exhibition which your own coffers yield, with diseased ventures that play with all infirmities for gold, which rottenness can lend nature, such boiled stuff as well might poison poison. Be revenged, for she that bore you was no queen, and you recoil from your great stock.
Revenged? How should I be revenged? If this be true, as I have such a heart that both mine ears must not in haste abuse. If it be true, how should I be revenged?
Should he make me live like Diana's priest, betwixt cold sheets, while he is vaulting variable ramps in your despite upon your purse? Revenge it. I dedicate myself to your sweet pleasure, more noble than that runagate to your bed, and will continue fast to your affection, still close as sure.
What ho, Pisanio?
Let me my service tender on your lips.
Away! I do condemn mine ears that have so long attended thee. If thou wert honourable, thou wouldst have told this tale for virtue, not for such an end that thou seek'st, as base as strange. Thou wrong'st the gentleman who is as far from thy report as thou from honour, and solicit'st there a lady that disdains thee, and the devil alike. What hope, Pisanio? The king my father shall be made acquainted with thy assault, if he shall think it fit as a saucy stranger in his court, to smart as in a Romish stew, as to expound his beastly mind to us. He hath a court, he little cares for, and a daughter who he not respects at all. What hope, Pisanio?
Oh, happy Leonatus, I may say that the credit that thy lady hath of thee deserves thy trust, and thy most perfect goodness her assured credit. Blessed live you long, a lady to the worthiest sir that ever country called his, and you his mistress. Only for the most worthiest fit, give me your pardon. I have spoke this to know if your affiance were deeply rooted, and shall make your lord that which he is, new o'er. And he is one that trust-mannered, such a holy witch that he enchants societies into him. Half all men's hearts are his.
You make amends?
He sits amongst men like a descended god. He hath a kind of honour sets him off. More than a mortal seeming. Be not angry, most mighty princess, that I have adventured to try your taking of a false report, which hath honoured with confirmation your great judgment in the election of a sir so rare, which you know cannot err. The love I bear him made me to fan you thus, but the gods made you unlike all others, chaffless. Pray you, pardon.
All's well, sir. Take my power in the court for yours.
My humble thanks. I had almost forgot to entreat your grace, but in a small request, and yet of moment too, for it concerns your lord, myself, and other noble friends, our partners in the business.
Pray, what isn't it?
Some dozen Romans of us and your lord, the best feather of our wing, have mingled sums to buy a present for the emperor, which I, the factor for the rest, have done in France. It is plate of rare device and jewels of rich and exquisite form. Their value is great, and I am something curious, being strange, to have them in safe stowage. May it please you to take them in protection?
Willingly, and pawn mine honour for their safety, since my lord hath interest in them. I will keep them in my bedchamber.
They're in a trunk, attended by my men. I will make bold to send them to you, only for this night. I must aboard tomorrow.
Oh, no, no.
Yes, I beseech, or I shall short my word by lengthening my return. From Gallia I crossed the seas on purpose, and on promise to see your grace.
I thank you for your pains, but not away tomorrow.
Oh, I must, madam. Therefore I shall beseech you, if you please, to greet your lord with writing. Do it tonight. I have outstood my time, which is material to the tender of our present.
I will write. Send your trunk to me, and it shall be kept. It shall be safe be kept, and truly yielded you. You're very welcome.
And in Act 2, Scene 1, we'll skip. It's Cloten and guys, I know you're prepared for it, Keith. I'm sorry.
My seat.
It's a whole bunch of making fun of you. I don't think we need that. We're going to continue on with Imogen and the lady, Una, with Scene 2 in Imogen's bedchamber.
Who's there? My woman Helen?
Please you, madam.
What hour is it?
Almost midnight, madam.
I have read 3 hours. Then mine eyes are weak. Pull down the leaf where I have left to bed. Take not away the taper. Leave it burning. And if thou canst awake by 4 o'clock, I prithee call me. Sleep has seized me wholly. To your protection I contend me, gods, from fairies and the tempters of the night. Grant me, beseech ye.
The crickets sing, and man's o'er-laboured sense repairs itself by rest. Our Tarquin thus did softly press the rushes, ere he wakened the chastity he wounded. Cytherea, how bravely thou becomest thy bed, fresh lily, and whiter than the sheets, that I might touch. What kiss, one kiss, rubies unparagoned, how dearly they do it. 'Tis her breathing that perfumes the chamber thus. The flame of the taper bows toward her, and would underpeep her lid to see the enclosed light, now canopied under these windows, white and azure, laced with blue of heaven's own tint. Ah, but my design, to note the chamber, I will write all down, touch and such pictures, there the window, touch the adornment of her bed, the arras, figures, why, and such, and the contents of her story. Ah, but some natural notes about her body, above 10,000 mean immovables, would testify to enrich mine inventory. O sleep, thou ape of death, lie dull upon her, and be her sense but as a monument. Thus, a chapel lying, come off, as slippery as the Gordian knot was hard. 'Tis mine, and this will witness outwardly as strongly as the conscience does within, to the madding of her law. On her left breast, a mole sink-spotted, like the crimson drops in the bottom of a cowslip. There's a voucher stronger than ever law could make. This secret will force him think I have picked the lock, and ta'en the treasure of her honour. No more. To what end? Why should I write this down that's riveted, screwed in my memory? She hath been reading late the Tale of Terceus. Here, the leaves turned down where Philomel gave up. I have enough. To the trunk again, and shut the spring of it. Swift, you dragons of the night, that dawning may bear the raven's eye. I lodge in fear, though this a heavenly angel, hell is here.
Boom, boom.
1, 2, 3, time.
I know